I suppose it'd be difficult to have the good times without the
well, you've got to get kicked a few
with
times. Any boxer will tell you that. You think win a fight by not getting it.
Very true. Along with the songwriting and the people that you've written for, something I did pick up from having a read of your website, something I really didn't know before, was the list of people that you've toured with.
Yeah.
Has again been amazing.
Yeah.
Stewart, ELO.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some of the bands that are still going now.
Huge names, yeah.
Don Williams.
And some of the very big American artists. I mean, you would never imagine when I was 15 I was a great fan of Johnny Cash, you know. And he was a young rock and roller, you know. Johnny Cash and his records were loved by everybody. And I would never imagine that I'd be a pal of his and tour with him and his family, you know, and go over to America and call for him, you know, at his house and things like that. I mean, and like Tammy Wynette and people like that, they're personal friends of mine. And you think, well, you know, how can that happen? Because these are not just people who've had half a dozen hit records. These are legendary people who changed the youth of the world at some time in their careers, and to work with them and to learn from them is really quite phenomenal, you know. And most of the things I ever learnt about what I do now, I learnt from the American artists. Though I'm great friends, a lot of British artists too, I've admired. The learning part of our business part of it, I learned from people like Johnny Cash and Don Williams and Tammy Wynette and their organisations that I worked with.
Yeah.
And we were always asked when we worked with those people, the generosity of them I always felt was great, because these were massive stars. And their generosity was such we were just supporting them, but we were made to go on their charter flights with them and to share the day with them, you know, not to just be a secondary, just part of the troupe, you know. So I felt that kind of professional generosity, it's uncalled for, and you don't hear about it in newspapers and things like that. But I was like astonished by that, and it's so welcome, you know, when you read about some people that it's not always the truth, you know. So you think, well, you know, that's a very. I mean, Johnny Cash was a flawed man. He'll say that, tell you himself, but he was a generous and great star, and I knew him, you know, great.
Yeah. And it does, to be honest, star does tend now to be a word that's bandied about for anybody that spent 2 minutes on TV. But these are people that, as you said, Johnny, more like legends.
Legendary people, yeah. And I mean, all of those people would never call themselves stars. I mean, Johnny Cash would never call himself a star in a million years, you know. But he was a minstrel and a poet, and he had something inside his heart, you know, that was, you know, put there by people that he knew, you know, and that he sang to. Something was put into his heart from life. And it was like, Bob Dylan said something about him once, which I think is pretty profound. He said, well, Johnny Cash is like the North Star. You could steer your boat by him. Pretty good, eh?
Good quote, that.
Yeah. Only Bob could think of that.
Just in closing now, is there anything that you yourself would like to say to your fans and the people watching this?
Don't die just yet, till I do.
Brilliant. So that was the interview with Raymond Froggatt. And again, I'd like to say thanks very much, Ray, for coming down.
My pleasure, Ian. It's always a pleasure to say I've known you for quite a few years now. And I must say, you're looking good on whatever you're doing. So whatever you're doing, kiddo, keep doing it.
Thank you very much.
No problem. You're all right.
Change. Everybody take American plane. I'll wait for Birmingham rain. Birmingham rain. and lightning, Birmingham rain, Birmingham rain, Birmingham rain, thunder and lightning, Birmingham rain.